Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another pen for review. This pen is a BENU pen, and this pen was loaned to me graciously by Derek at stonecotfinewritingsupplies.com. So I'd like to thank Derek for the loan of this pen for review. So I think a little bit about BENU. BENU is a creative brand of writing instruments and desk accessories designed and handcrafted in Moscow, Russia. A daring concept, bold texture, combinations and a vivid colour palette are the key characteristics of the BENU collection. BENU's team of designers and artisans take great care to create highly unusual writing instruments to surprise and delight. The writing instrument industry has a vast range of producers offering a great variety of classic and prestigious pens. What BENU constantly strived for and what BENU wanted from the very beginning was to create something different, something that was playful, stylish and, of course, fun. BENU is a young and trendy Russian brand of writing instruments and accessories. Its story began in January 2016 when co-founders Alex and Kate decided to join forces to set up a new creative concept. Right from the start, the aim was clear: to make writing instruments and desk accessories for those who prefer bold, bright colours and new designs. Both Alex and Kate have experience in fine watch, jewellery and home decor markets, launching multiple successful projects over the last 15 years. Being great admirers of the art of creating fountain pens, they decided to create BENU, a new brand of writing pens and accessories. The first collection of BENU pens was launched in October 2016 with their efforts, the help of several contractors and the immense support of family and friends. The BENU is an ancient Egyptian deity associated with the sun, creation and rebirth. The BENU bird is also one of the oldest known names of the phoenix, a majestic and divine creature that dies and is reborn throughout time. As BENU is also a bird, the fact that the quills are one of the most well-known prototypes of fountain pens and most commonly used symbols of writing instruments makes a bird a perfect symbolic representation of a company that produces pens and desk accessories. So let's take a look at this pen today that I have on loan for review. This is the BENU box. It is a cardboard box, but it's actually quite a nice box actually. Now if I show you the bottom here, it says Magma, and this is the Minima Magma. So let me lift the lid on this box, and the first thing you'll notice, if I just remove the pen pouch, you get this lovely folded product care and instruction leaflet, which is concertinaed together to fit in here. Now you get also a cartridge as well. This is a short international cartridge, and then you have this like paper bedding, which is almost like what you would see from maybe a bird's nest. And I like the idea that BENU are using reusable packing. So let me just put this away and I will show you the pen. So let's take the pen out of the cardboard wallet here, and this is the BENU Minima Magma, and magma as in magma from a volcano, and I think that the glitter here on the pen actually does that justice. So it's a black pen which is polished highly, and then you have this red and gold glitter going on in the body there. So these pens are made of plastic, and you can see here it says BENU there on the band, and this pen looks a little bit like a blimp shape. So the pen tapers right down to a point here and starts to taper back out to the cap band, and then tapers back in again to what would be the blind cap normally. Now this is a faceted pen, so as I rotate the pen you can see the light reflect off of those facets. Now this glitter is not on the surface of the pen, so the pen itself is very smooth to the touch. Now I would say that this is a little bit of a pocket pen. Now I know a lot of people will say to me that's not a pocket pen, but but when I compare it to some of my larger pens, like the Opus 88 Demonstrator, it is a lot smaller in terms of length. And then if I compared it to maybe a Lamy, again, it's a little bit smaller. So for me, this is what I would call more of a pocket-sized pen, and this would be a pen that I would put in my pocket. Now, I don't normally like pocket-sized pens, but this one, I have to say I like a lot. Normally, I don't like them because they are quite short when I hold them up here, because I don't like short or sort of narrow sections on pens. So I tend to hold my pen up a little bit more around the threads here. So it does make it a little bit short. And for this pen, you cannot post the cap. So it is a short pen, but it's a pen that I strangely actually do like. I don't know why, but I do, and I'm actually gravitating towards this pen. Now, the pen comes with this very small Schmidt nib on the pen. And when I say small, let me compare this to a number 5 size Visconti nib. And you'll see it there. So it's actually, I'd almost say maybe a 4 or 4.5 nib size. But I do like it. It strangely, it actually does a lot for me. So you can see there, it's a broad nib, and it comes with a plastic ABS feed. Now, because of the length of the body of this pen, it will only accept cartridges and international short cartridges. You might be able to get a Kaweco squeeze converter in there, but it comes with a cartridge, so a cartridge is in this pen, and you could refill the cartridges if you wanted to, just with an ink syringe out of bottles, or if you just like blue or black ink, or maybe red ink, you could probably just buy some international short cartridges and use those. But for me, this pen is very comfortable in the hand. So I think with that, let's go and do a size check, a weight check, a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. The full length of the pen is about 125 millimeters in length. The length of the cap is about 60 millimeters in length. And we'll do a check on the length of the body there to the tip of the tines. We're looking at about 115 millimeters. So for me, this is a small pen. So we'll do a weight check. The full weight of the pen with an ink cartridge in the pen is just under 17 grams. The weight of the cap is 4.5 grams exactly. That is a very light cap. And then the weight of the body is just over 12 grams in weight. So from left to right, we have an Atelier Lusso Carina, and this is a Diamond Nebula, an Atelier Lusso Carina in the Black Ice, an Atelier Lusso Andromeda in the King Cobra, an Atelier Lusso Andromeda in the Dragon. We have a BENU, a Minima, Magma. We have an Atelier Lusso Andromeda in the Vulcan's Forge, an Atelier Lusso Andromeda in the Tectonic Seas. We have a John Twiss Volcano. We have a Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero in the Hawaii, and then we have a Leonardo also in the Grande Sand. But as you can see here, this BENU pen is actually quite short. So I think let's go into a writing sample. This is the BENU, and it is the Minima, as in small, Magma. Now this is a broad nib, and it's a steel nib, and it's a Schmidt nib, because BENU do use Schmidt nibs. Now the ink in here is just the cartridge that comes with it, and I would say that this is a black ink. So I don't know what the manufacturer of that ink is. In terms of line variation, this is a broad nib, so you will see that it does put down a bit of a broad line, and if I push it a little bit more, you can get a little bit more out of it, and then you can see the figure of 8, and then you can see a few more line variations there. So this pen writes very, very well out of the box. Now it is a smooth nib, just a slight maybe crispness to the nib, but it's not scratchy and it's not feedbacky. Now in terms of ink, wetness, let's have a look. And actually maybe this is even a green ink, because I'm seeing here that I'm actually seeing the ink change colour a bit, and it's a little bit more of a green ink than a black ink. So maybe I should put this down as a green ink. Now in terms of wetness, that isn't a super wet pen, but it's a pen that you would be able to write with quite happily in a notebook where you have to constantly change the page, move on to a next page. It's wet enough, it's not a dry pen, but it's not a super wet pen. For me though, I really like this pattern and I really like the colour coordination that Bennu have made in this pen. And I have to say, if I was in the market for a pocket pen, then I probably would pick this pen up, because I've looked at the Bennu pens for some time, and the Bennu pens do actually speak a little bit towards me. Now, I don't know if it's the glitter or if it's just the design of the pens, but they do speak to me a little bit. So this pen is available from Bennu, and it's also available from Stonecop Fine Writing Supplies. Now, at Stonecop Fine Writing Supplies, this pen is available for £70. Now, as I did say, this only comes with a cartridge, doesn't come with a converter, so you do have to bear that in mind, although I think you could probably get a Kaweco squeeze converter to fit inside that pen. So I'd like to thank Derek at Stonecop Fine Writing Supplies. Derek loaned me this pen for review today, so I'd like to thank Derek once more. If you want to check out Derek and this particular Bennu pen or many other Bennu pens that Derek has at Stonecop Fine Writing Supplies, you can go to his website. So that's it, that's my review of the Bennu Minima Magma. Thanks for watching, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.